Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Wi-Fi Wednesday. This time, we are going to be battling one of my good friends and very popular YouTuber, JoeDan54. If you've never heard of JoeDan54, I'm going to leave a link in the description and you should go subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the battle. JoeDan54 is issuing a challenge. So I decide to lead off with my superior. And he decides to lead off with his Metagross. So I just switch out because I know I can't take it out. And I send in my Excadrill. However, he predicts that and goes for an Earthquake. And now that's the first Pokemon dead. So now I send in my Bisharp. However, he uses Earthquake again because of his choice specs. And takes out Bisharp. So now I send in Gale King, my Aggron. And now I decide to Mega Evolve my Aggron. He uses Earthquake because he has VSV. However, it doesn't do that much because I have really high defense. So I go for a Heavy Slam, expecting to do a lot more, and I end up doing nothing. He goes for another Earthquake here. And I go for a Blizzard. He avoids the attack, however, and goes for another Earthquake. And this leaves me with 1 HP. So I go for a Heavy Slam just to deal damage. He uses a Psychic just so he's not wasting Earthquakes and takes me out. So now I sent in Zekrom. So now I decide to go for a Bolt Strike here. And the results are actually really surprising. I did not expect to take it out. So now he decides to send in Eevee, his Sylveon. I go for another Bolt Strike here. And I take it, and I take Sylveon out too. Now he sends in Flygon Worm, his Zygarde. He named it Flygon Worm because that's literally what it looks like, a Flygon turned into a worm. So I go for a Draco Meteor here. And take it out. And now, the sweep begins. However, I don't actually think I end up taking it out with Zekrom. So now he sends in Giratina. And I go for another Draco Meteor. However, Giratina is so bulky that it's going to survive this attack. My special attack is lowered, and he goes for a Dragon Pulse. And that's going to do a lot of damage to me. I go for another Draco Meteor, and thinking about it, this isn't going to take it out. Yeah, my special attack is lowered again, and he goes for another Dragon Pulse. And now Zekrom gets taken out. So now I send in Dialga. So I go for a Draco Meteor here with Dialga now. And I take it out. Okay, so now he decides to send in his Diancie. Or Deontay, however you want to say it. I go for a Flash Cannon. And leave it with 1 HP. He goes for a Moonblast. And does a lot of damage However, I outspeed it, go for a flash cannon, and take it out. Now he decides to send in his shiny Arbok. So now he uses he uses a sucker punch. I use a flash cannon. Do a little bit of damage, not as much as I had hoped. I use Roar of Time, he avoids it. He uses Sucker Punch, and does a nice bit of damage, and I flinch. He uses Sucker Punch once again, and leaves it at 13 HP. I use Roar of Time here, just for the heck of it, and take it out. And that's the battle won for me. If you guys have never heard of JoeDan54, he's a really good YouTuber. You should most definitely subscribe to him, especially if you like reaction videos. Even more if you like YouTube poops. Even more if you like Mario games. Either way, if you like any of those things, go to him, because that's what he does. He does some Pokemon, so if you were wondering if he does Pokemon, here's your proof. And he's actually really good. We had a bet on the video. Me and my friends had a bet on this battle at lunch in school, and everyone betted against me. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because Joe's a tank, and he is. He tanked me out pretty good. Looking at it now, I was on my last Pokemon too. So, GG. Thanks, Joe, for having this battle. Make sure you guys leave comments on the video, like the video, subscribe to me if you're new, subscribe to Joe if you've never heard of him, and like the video. And once again, this has been Tim from the Poke Bros saying, stay classy. See you next time.